the spirit of oneness and the democracy of Mr. Gandhi, which finally came up and finished the kings, finished even the British. He didn't finish actually the British. British were not possible to drive out of India. They were very strong in their management, very well organized, and very well versed exactly in this political science. There was somebody else, his name was Subhachandra Bose, who collected, refugee soldiers, prisoners, and created a ferocious army. Not so big in size, but very ferocious in fighting power. They had only one rule. You see a British, you kill him immediately. It was exactly opposing to Gandhi. But nobody talks about this because it doesn't really fit into the picture of the loving all-embracing India. But the Prabhupada said this was the guys who make such a hell for British that they kind of had to retreat. They had problems anyway. The empire simply grew too big. They couldn't maintain the whole thing. So this is the results of such a policies. And of course, if the particular person still goes on and agitates, it means he's well organized. He is too organized to agitate public and create uproar. Then comes argumentum ad baculum. That we experienced in the communistic days, where there was no money to offer lucrative posts. Communism was exhibiting the symptom of bankruptcy right away in the beginning, because it was run by Shudras. So there was no friendly, appeasing words. Communists were very actually bold and very arrogant in their statements. There was dissension that was too subtle for them to understand that. But argumentum ad baculum, they could understand that. Therefore all the money was spent for the police force, and for just smashing people on the head. As my father always used to say, communists are good in smashing. They smash everything. That's called revolution. But when the revolution is over, you're supposed to maintain or manage on these more subtle terms. That the communists really failed to do that, totally. So that today we have the result. So for Prahlad, this kind of things were boring. Because it's practice, in the history of mankind, but it's aiming only to one point, to make Samavada achieve some status quo, some situation in the material world we can keep on going on living peacefully, peaceful sense gratification. And that concept in itself really is not acceptable to a devotee. He knows there will be no peaceful sense gratification because the concept of sense gratification in itself is already creating so much agitation. Because my sense gratification is not your sense gratification. I want more sense gratification as you have. And there it goes. There will be no peace in such a society. So because Prahlad saw the superior alternative, and that means to make everybody spiritually aware. And the amazing thing, when people are afraid, when I become more and more Krishna conscious, I will lose my material sense gratification. They don't understand that in the frame of Krishna consciousness, the real sense gratification comes. Prabhupada said, this is not our goal to stop people enjoying. This is a part of the soul to enjoy. This is a quality of the soul to enjoy. They just don't know what to enjoy, and they don't know how the real enjoyment comes. That means it can only come through Krishna, in connection with Krishna. Krishna is not a miser. People picture God like, if I serve him, he is the one who is enjoying. He is the one who owns everything. So there's nothing left for me. I'm slave. It's terrible existence. No, not at all. Krishna is very liberal. Like he tells to Arjuna even, fight the war, kill them all, and enjoy the kingdom. And Arjuna was certainly, as a devotee, not very enthusiastic to enjoy the kingdom. Krishna said, you can, you have my permission, enjoy. It's like a spiritual master, he gives one instruction, taste prasada, enjoy. Of course there is a problem when you overdo it, but the essential instruction is there. This is austerity, to enjoy prasada. So, it's austerity to enjoy Krishna consciousness. Our austerities are amazing when you think seriously how we are austere. What is austerity? You know, to be disconnected from material society, that's austerity. That's relief. The four regulative principles we follow, what kind of austerity is this? You just eliminate the pain, that's all. Because you take unrestricted eating, sleeping, sex life, intoxication. How do you enjoy all this? You know, what is really enjoyable on that? I was blessed because just the process, like example of smoking something, was not introduced to me. So I just thinking, just to put something in the mouth which burns and suck in the smoke, that in itself is for me embodiment of pain. Because it's not natural. It's nobody knows. The child is born with a cigarette in the mouth. You have to learn these things. They will be pushed up on you. That's how we enjoy. Poof, poof, poof. You know. No child is born with sausage in their hand. Doesn't even understand what it is. It's a piece of intestines with some chopped up meat in it. You are eating intestines of an animal in the original form. I mean, what kind of enjoyment is this? You are eating somebody. It's unbelievable. You watch the logic of the children, they still know. And regarding jumping on each other and raping each other, good luck with that one. That's so painful from the beginning, in the middle and at the end. Prabhupada stressed this point over and over again because if these propensities are not understood, how wrong and misplaced they are, why do we want to talk about Radha and Krishna? What's the use? There will be no access to spiritual life or spiritual subject matters before we get that clear. That I'm not enjoying here, I'm suffering. Prabhupada said the first challenge of a preacher is to make people aware that you suffer. They don't even know that. They think this is the enjoyment. So this is the challenge. Once they understand, actually I do suffer, yeah, I do suffer all the time. Then the next question is, how can I stop suffering? Oh, that's good. Then we can start to talk. But as long as they think, no, I'm enjoying here. Don't take this away from me. This is bliss. Then there is no way to go. Okay? So Prahlad is a classical example of a devotee. The whole story of Prahlad is so wonderful because it clearly, defines the difference between devotee and a demon. And it actually, as one devotee said to Prabhupada after the seventh canto came out, it was bombastic. And the seventh canto got published, I remember. When we got the first seventh canto coming in, it was just, devotees got so excited. And one devotee told him, Prabhupada, this is amazing. It seems like you are all educating us to actually live in a mood of Prahlad Maharaj. And Prabhupada said, yes, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. So Prahlad Maharaj is such an ideal example to follow. Being born in a demoniac family. Yeah, we know that. Being born in a demoniac society, yeah, we know. It's just we are small guys, we don't have to face, our father is not the master of the three worlds. But the ideas are the same kind. Opposition in society. They don't throw us from the rocks. They don't try to kill us like that. Not yet. If our preaching will go stronger, don't worry. They will come around. And I experienced persecution and physical threats just because I was devoted to such a degree. Nobody of you knows that. Only devotees in Russia, they were facing more physical, practically, threat on their lives as we did in Germany. We were not far away from that. It's just because the Germans don't feel so good about it to open the gas chambers again. That was the only difference. Anything else, we got it served. Anything else. I notice it leaves a mark on me. When I cross the German border, I think immediately about police. I don't think, oh, this is German countryside. I think, well, where's the next police guy? Because that is the mood. Do you have a permission to exist? Who gave you the permission to exist? Show me your passport. Because we had our ways to do that. Here in Denmark you don't feel it. I mean, I hardly see a police car. Maybe once a week you see some police car, there's two guys sitting around. You know. And I never saw really a police one. But they are here, so far I heard. But maybe they have even a policy that, not to be publicly so dominantly present. Because we are the happy people, isn't it, in Denmark? We are the happy people with no police. No, they will come out, don't worry. It's just that they don't have the order yet. So preaching means creating actually agitation. Ultimately, even Prahlad, who had no plan to create any agitation, was extremely agitating to the dynasty of demons, especially to his father. So these things are not interesting to devotees, but it's good to know them, yes. And if you would be a king, you have to use them. Because you are dealing with a very mundane people, and they can be only kept under control in this way. But a Krishna conscious king will immediately try to introduce the Krishna conscious argument along with that. That means chanting massive sacrifice, Rajasuya Yajna. That's what the kings did. They did a global Sankirtan. It was a white horse with a plate on it. Here comes the horse of Maharaj Yudhishthira. The horse was accompanied by the exclusive squad of the most selected generals from Maharaj Yudhishthira's army. And whenever it came to the border of the other kingdom, it was welcomed, received, and the local king pledged, loyalty to Maharaj Yudhishthira. If not, there was a fight. First with the exclusive group of selected generals. If that didn't help, then came the real army, led by Arjuna, So there was such a fight. There was already a fight on Kurukshetra. Kurukshetra was an amazing place. There was even a fight between Bhishma and Parashuram in Kurukshetra. Whoever had some problem in India, let's go to Kurukshetra and work it out. Bhishma and Parashuram, my God, what a combination. And Parashuram was the guru of Bhishma. It's a long story, it's a Mahabharata. But Kurukshetra was like the mediation ground. Okay, here you solve the problem. Bring you both. So such a thing were there. But in our present state, we can only preach. We can only preach, but as we saw in Prabhupada's presence, Krishna can arrange for amazing things. Amazing things. So he can do more, he can arrange. It's just devotees in a mood always get ready, preparing himself. Krishna, if you want me to use this way, if you consider me somewhat qualified, I would like to actually help you in your mission in this way. If not, I will chant Hare Krishna and do whatever I can. In this way, one should, in one sense, be satisfied just because we are engaged in Krishna consciousness. On the other side, we should know we are by no means even close to the purpose of Srila Prabhupada's mission. There is so much more to go. There's some questions? Comments?
You said this about German, that is very violent, and you talk about America, how the politicians is acting like they do. I can remember that incidents when we were driving with Malati from one temple to another, and we were out because she has a telephone meeting about this with the children at that time. And we were just sitting there and walking around 10 minutes.
Police
car.
First?
What are you doing here? We are waiting for this Mataji over there. She has a telephone meeting. We were left 5 minutes. They came back. we went all of us to Malati, and Malati was cool. She was so cool.
Yes.
She was just talking. And he was standing there, and she knew she's American. And it ended up like she's getting ready for ending the phone call, and she was talking with the policeman. We are leaving. I wrote. That was such a, showing about America in a very, very short time.
The arrival time statistics, the arrival time for American police average is 3 minutes. That's the average time. Something happens, 3 minutes later they are in front of you. So, and they can be even assistant. It's not like they are just out there, but they are very much there. It shows you something about the mood, how much they trust their citizens. Such a loving exchange, isn't it? You stop and make a phone call and there's a police guy immediately. How much they love their citizens. Still Wild West, As in America, they have a very special concept of yantalung, equality. The American translation of the law of equality, that we are all the same, they say, God created man and called, make them the same. I have one, you have one. That makes us the same. You should, I should. Therefore in America, it's only one law, that you have to carry your weapon in public, not concealed. Because they know, he has one, okay, I'm coming, I have one too. We are equal, yantalung. Still American, still Wild West, they never changed anything. It's all high noon, And they preach about love, and they preach all over the world about democracy and love, but first comes the gun. Okay, let's talk about democracy. Who is democratic here? Are you democratic? Say it. I'm democratic. Good. Who is else democratic? There is a drone up there with a camera. It's observing everybody if he's democratic or not. In the updated version, that drone, that airplane will have a bomb. And if you are not democratic, you will drop the bomb on you. That's it. And who will say who is democratic or not? Me. And I don't think you are democratic. Because I said, very democratic. This is so cheating, and the whole world buys this. It's a devotee, they can just laugh. How many people can make stupid like this? They fight for democracy. It's about oil and money and political interest and territories, and it's all about that. It's not about religion.
Protection, you don't feel protected?
No.
Not at all?
That's finally not.
It's illusion.
People are just numbers. Expendable. Very different from Vedic culture. But the king was anytime ready to get down from the horse, stop and punish somebody. Just no court case, no lawyer, immediate action. Because he was trained for that. Joy. Okay. So just briefly, this is the books distributing this week. GAURA-NITAI, 24 Bhagavad-gitas, 10 Bhagavatams, and 119 small books. Kurma Goran, 6 Bhagavad-gitas, 7 Srimad Bhagavatams, 2 Chaitanya Charitamritas, and 33 small books. The total is 201 books. Jai. Prabhupada ki Jai. Krishna. Want to say more about this?
Yeah. It's Gaura-NITAI's project. I don't know. I guess do something. There's a battery on the